Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It's Marvin speaking. We're going to get straight into a video, and this is from on the other side of the pond. Really strange case. And so it went on to say, on Wednesday, June the 13th, 2001, Jolkowski was called into work early due to his car being at a repair shop. He initially planned to walk to his job, which was located over 4 miles, 6.4 km away, but eventually made arrangements for a co-worker to give him a ride. Since Jolkowski had trouble giving directions, he arranged for them to meet at Benson High School, where he and his co-worker had previously attended. The school was 8 blocks, half a mile from his home. At 10:45 a.m., Jolkowski was last seen by a neighbour who saw him help his younger brother pull trash cans from the curb back to the house. Less than an hour later, between 11:15 and 11:30 a.m., his co-worker called his house stating that he had failed to turn up at Benson High for the ride to work. Jolkowski had not been seen or heard from since then. Shortly after his disappearance, the school security cameras were checked, but none of them showed Jolkowski arriving at school. A police officer investigating his disappearance deemed it as the most baffling case he had seen in 30 years. As of 2024, the Omaha Police Department continues to investigate the case. How weird. Following the disappearance of Jolkowski's mother and father created the project Jason to help families through loved ones' disappearance. In 2005, after lobbying by his parents, Jason's law was passed by Nebraska legislature, providing for a statewide database on missing persons. Kelly Jolkowski, Jason's mother, later received a Volunteer for Victims Award from U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder in 2010 and the Nebraska Governor's Points of Light Award in 2014 in recognition of her work to support families of missing people. This is the Paranormal Files. Interesting. Let's get straight into this and what they say about this missing person. How odd.
The appearance of Jason Jolkowski is one of the weirdest things that you'll ever read about. And it's haunting because to this day, this mystery has never been solved. So let's take a look at it. So this is Jason Jolkowski. He was born in 1981 and lived in Omaha, Nebraska all his life. And this story takes place in 2001. So on Wednesday, June 13th, 2001, Jason was called into work early. So initially, Jason planned on walking to his job, which was 4 miles away, due to the fact that his car was in a repair shop that day. But he eventually made plans for a friend to meet him at a high school that was nearby. So this high school, Benson High School in Omaha, Nebraska, was only half a mile from Jason's house. Literally an 8-block walk, and that's where his friend was supposed to meet him. So just take a look at this photo. This is the exact route that Jason was going to take to the high school. It's only a 10-minute walk, and keep in mind, he was about to make this walk in the middle of the morning in broad daylight. In a city like Omaha, Nebraska, where crimes like disappearances and murders don't really happen all that frequently. So at 10:45 a.m. that morning, a neighbor saw Jason helping his younger brother with the trash outside of his home. And at some point right after that, he left to go on this walk to go meet his friend. And during this walk, Jason vanished off the face of the earth. So to this day, no trace of Jason has ever been found. There were no remains ever recovered. Nobody has seen anybody that's ever looked like Jason. Nobody reported seeing somebody being abducted on the day that he went missing. Nobody even reported seeing anything out of the ordinary. It's as if he simply vanished literally into thin air. They even checked the security camera footage from the school that he was supposed to be walking to that day, and the security camera videos showed that Jason never arrived. It was somewhere on that half-a-mile walk when he vanished. Now, Jason's parents have suggested that they believe he may have been abducted and killed, but with no body ever having been found, that theory is just really hard to prove. And yeah, it's been over 20 years since this happened, and no trace of Jason has ever been found. That's why it's a case that will haunt me. I mean, it's just scary to think that you can be making a half-a-mile walk in the middle of the day, in the middle of your city, and go missing, and no one will ever even find a piece of your clothing.
Very strange. A bit like a case over here, which is going on, to be honest, people.
This is one case.
let's look at some of the shallow grave by Park. His case is so creepy. It is weird. Similar happened to my great-grandfather's disappeared in thin air in the 1960s in England. A few years ago, we finally found him in France alive. How weird is that? This is why I don't walk. They should check if the camera footage was edited, if they haven't already. That's a good point. Thank you for sharing. There's a story for kind of similar in Columbus, Ohio. Brian Schaffer. Okay, did it show if the friend showed up at school? Because if he didn't, then he obviously knows more. Very true. Just want to, I saw this case before, and the friend actually was the one who called his mum and dad because he was worried that he wasn't at the school. The narrator said that. I don't think it had anything to do with a friend. I had that feeling too. Didn't he also have some cognitive delays too? Someone in one of the houses was definitely involved. Very eerie. I'm still wondering about Brandon Swanson. I think he fell into the river and drowned, but why not body found or fell in an overgrown well hole? This is a girl in my town that has been missing for 3 years. One detective stated that he felt Jason was supposed to meet someone en route to the high school prior to the co-worker picking him up. That's interesting. That also another thing I was thinking, because when did he tell the co-worker to meet him at the school and not home? Maybe he had to do something before heading to get picked up by his co-worker. That makes sense, exactly. But what did he have to do? And did it involve another person? I feel this is key to the investigation. Wow. Really weird, strange case. Let me know what you think, people, if anybody knows about this case. Because like I said, CCTV is very, very important. Everyone was questioned, but still nothing. And it's over, 20 years, well over 20 years, really. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment. I know it was a US case, but like I said, I thought it was important to put out there. Thank you.